Warriors! Will XRP be the death of cash and Elon Musk sending secret messages? My name is Coach JB. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it in your hand. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. So I'm going to take you on a journey today around moving into a cashless society. And then we're going to take a deep dive into Elon Musk tweets. We're going to go a little bit deeper. One of our warriors sent me a very special video. You're going to want to watch all the way to the end. I'm going to break this down while he's doing the video. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild to see the geometry if you've ever done that. So it's time to put our tinfoil hats on, warriors. We haven't done this in a while, but this video is going to blow your mind. So highly recommend you wait till the end. So everything you need to join our academy is down in the description down below. But let's kick it off, warriors. All right, so check this out. The narrative is getting thick. The coronavirus pandemic has caused a surge in demand for contactless payments, accelerating the shift from cash to digital options. This was something that came out in December 3rd, 2020. They started preemptive programming you last year, warriors. This is really important to understand. These words right here, cashless, contactless, shift from cash, they've been preparing you methodically. Think about this, warriors. As you look that way at a pandemic, there's a whole nother narrative going on this way. So CNBC has been talking about crypto. Time Magazine now is owned by the CEO of Salesforce, who he bought it in 2019. And sure enough, was looking for a Bitcoin acumen CFO so they can get the baby boomers. Remember, I showed you that video. The average age group of someone who reads Time Magazine is 50 and above. That's the old money. That is the baby boomers that they're trying to get over into the crypto space. Now, remember, if you're in the crypto space, you're a small percentage of the population. So the C word, pandemic, is expected to cause a drastic decline in cash usage due to the risk of contamination. Over the past 6 to 8 months, we've seen the use of cash decline even further. And that's a trend I think we're going to see continue, said Jody Kelly, CEO of Electric Transactions Association. The unprecedented surge in demand for contactless payments has also led to an outstanding performance of major companies offering cashless methods, such as Apple, Square, PayPal. The CEO of PayPal sees this as a sign that digital payments are shifting from being a nice to have to basically capably or being the next thing of essential service, basically. So check this out. So that was back in December 20th, 2020. Now this just came out May 12th, 2021. So it says it's China briefing. When can I buy, use, and trade China's digital yuan? So latest updates. Alibaba's online grocery services and food delivery units, including Me food delivery system, TML supermarkets, Hema grocery stores, are including China's digital yuan pilot program. They reported on May 11, 2021, users of the platform may find a digital yuan option in their payment options. This allows a sovereign digital currency to access the internet giant's 1 billion users. China's digital yuan pilot program has now also included a private bank. Zhishang e-commerce bank, based in Hangzhou, Zhejiang province, became the 7th bank along with 6 state-owned banks in China to offer the testing of the digital yuan. According to reporting by national paper China Daily, the Ant Group and Alibaba's financial technology arm has the largest share in the Zhejiang e-commerce corporation at 30%. China's digital yuan has raised much interest since it was announced, with our firm receiving numerous inquiries around the world as to when it will be available for purchase and trade. We wrote about this in over Belt and Road Port Silk Road briefing in the context of new variant of the currency impacting later China trade at the expense of the US dollar. So whereas the narrative has been pushed in their face, it's predictive programming, right? Back in December, they're sharing with you accelerated for demand for contactless payments. The digital yuan is moving fast and furious. And the articles keep coming out where so central bank digital currency would be bad for the US. That's what they're saying. So let me break this down for you. Calls to catch China on the digital currency downplay the promise of opening financial technologies, says Circle's head of global policy. There's a frenzy and insatiable debate taking place among the think tanks, policy experts, and media outlets, signaling the U.S. Federal Reserve should launch a centrally issued digital twin of the U.S. dollar. Now, let's stop for just a moment. Now, remember, a twin is not the right word. A digital dollar is very different from your paper dollar. The paper dollar is in your account, right? It can't be deflated. When you have a digital dollar, they can deflate the amount of your account by going negative interest rates. So if you have $10,000 in your account in a digital wallet, they can actually deflate the value of that, forcing you to go out into the economy and spend that money. I just want to make that very clear. A digital dollar is very different from a fiat paper dollar. Among the many arguments of why it's necessary that the US is losing ground to China, whose government has national blockchain strategy, including the real world prototype, central bank digital currency, CBDC, while these arguments are valid, they miss the largest point, which is that by today's hyper competitive digital currency and blockchain standards, the US may not be laggard at all, but rather is already winning the race for the future of money payments. So Dante is a chief strategy officer to the head global policy at Circle, a digital financial firm, and the architect of the USDC, a dollar pegged to the digital currency. He is also a member of the Federal Emergency Management Agency, National Advisory Council, founder of the Chairman and Risk Cooperative, and serves on the World Economic Forum Digital Governance Consortium. Interesting. Do you know who else serves on the World's Economic Digital Currency Consortium? Brad Garlinghouse from Ripple, XRP. Did you hear that? Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple, XRP. Okay. In trying to out China on these important issues, we miss the future of money, and payments should be about enhancing domestic financial optionality, upgrading payments and banking system, enhancing the interoperability, keyword, and open bank standards, keyword, requires a major upgrade in technology stacked that supports value transfer and more open financial services innovation. This right here describes Ripple. Upgrading payments, banking systems, enhancing the interoperability and open banking standards requires a major upgrade in technology, stack the supports of value transfer, and more open financial innovation services, okay? That's exactly what Ripple does. Now let's take a little deep dive into understanding the banking system. Remember, I'm an ex-banker, 12 years as a banker, went to CBA Executive Banking School to learn how to scale banks. Now the SWIFT system, which I'm going to talk about today, the SWIFT system right here, this is in Wikipedia. The SWIFT system was created, I just messed up my thing there. Let's go back. All right, let's type this in together here, Warriors. How do I go back there with this Apple? All right, let's go here. We're doing this together. Okay. Give me 1 second. We're researching together here, Warriors. I'm not going to edit this and start this all over. There we go. All right, we're back on track. So the SWIFT system was created in 1973. Now let's take a journey back. In 1971, remember, Klaus Schwab started the World Economic Forum in 1971. And during a regular scheduled program in 1971, President Nixon came in and detached us from the gold standard, turning us into a printing machine. In 1973, the SWIFT system was created. Now let's break this down. iOS 9362, 1994, banking and telecommunication messages, okay? Then they had iOS 1030. Now the one thing that I want you to look at is iOS 20,022, okay? Now iOS 20,022 is also connected to Ripple, okay? That's a system that they're working on to bring global payments together. Okay, this is really, really important to take a look at. We're going to take a look at that in just a moment. Now, remember, the SWIFT system was built before the internet wars. It's an old, archaic banking system. The SWIFT system fails quite often. So there's a narrative that we need a new system. We need cross-border payments. We need liquidity, right? We need money to move at the speed of light like our emails do, because when money starts to move at the speed of light, we need supply chain management with the speed of light, and we need technology to be able to do that. We're in a liquidity crisis, right? And then we're going to go deep this week with our research team for a YouTube video for you guys talking about Basel III, going deep and helping you understand the banking system so you can make good financial systems decisions as you move in the quantum financial system. So back in 2020, they're already telling us that the C word started to bring us cashless. The digital yuan is on board, ready to rock and roll, already being tested. They're talking about America needs to step up their game, but they need to upgrade their systems, bringing the public and private sector together. They've said that multiple times. Jerome Powell has verbalized that. We need to bring the public and private sector together. Okay. We understand what the SWIFT system is, but let's move forward. Let's talk about a little bit deeper around predictive programming and how they literally tell you what's going to happen. So many of you have seen The Economist magazine in 1988. Let's take a look at this. So this is a phoenix rising from the ashes with what looks like a coin around its neck in 2018. Okay, I'm sure many of you have seen this in the cryptocurrency space, but I want you to think about this just for a moment. The phoenix represents XRP, right? Underneath here is cash burning. You have the American dollar, and it looks like you may have a digital yuan in there. So you have cash burning underneath it as the phoenix rises from the ashes. And I found out that cryptocurrency, the word means death, right? The death of something, the death of cash. So as the phoenix rises from the ashes into a new world currency, as they say right here, get ready for a new world currency. That's what they say right here. Get ready for a new world currency. Now look up the most recent, one of the most recent Economist magazines. They literally have the Gov coin on the front of it. This was in 1988, Warriors. Okay, let's take a little deep dive on what the cover said, or what it said inside the magazine. 30 years from now, America, Japan, Europeans, and people in many other rich countries and some relatively poor ones will probably be paying for their shopping with the same currency. Prices will be quoted not in dollars, not in yen, not in D-marks, but in, let's say, the Phoenix. The Phoenix will be the favored companies by companies and the shoppers because it will be more convenient than today's national currency, which by then will seem quaint, cause of much disruption to the economic life in the last 20th century. Okay. At the beginning of 1988, this appears an outlandish prediction. We're literally living what they're saying right now, Warriors. Proposals for eventual monetary union proliferated 5 and 10 years ago, but they hardly envisioned the setbacks of 1987. The governments of the big economies tried to move an inch or two towards a more manageable system of exchange rates, a logical preliminary, it might seem, to radical monetary reform. For the lack of cooperation in their underlying economic policies, they bundled it horribly and provoked the rise in interest rates that brought on the stock market crash of October. Listen to what we're in right now, Warriors. These events have chastened exchange rate reforms. The market crash taught them that the pretense of policy cooperation can be worse than nothing, that until real operation is feasible, until the government surrenders some economic sovereignty, further attempts to peg the currencies will flounder. But in spite of all the trouble governments have in reaching, harder still, sticking to an international agreement about macroeconomics policies, the conviction is growing the exchange rate cannot be left to themselves. Remember that the Lavore Accord and the predecessor, the Plaza Agreement of September 1995, were emergency measures to deal with the crisis and currency instability between 1983 and 1985. The dollar rose 34% against the currencies of American trading partners. Since then, it has fallen by 42%. Such changes have skewed the pattern of international comparativeness advantages more drastically in 4 years than underlying economics forces might do in the whole generation. In the past few days, the world's main central banks, fearing another dollar collapse, this is in 1988, have again jointly intervened in the currency markets. Market-loving ministers, such as Britain's Mr. Nigel Lawson, have been converted to the cause of exchange rate stability. Japan's officials take seriously his idea of EMS-like schemes for the main industrial economics. Regardless of Lavore's embarrassing failure, the convention remains something must be done about the exchange rate. So Warriors, think about the first line in this, what they're talking about. Think about that. Prices will be quoted not in dollars, yen, or Denmarks, but in, let's say, the Phoenix, representing what I believe XRP. So Elon's been going absolutely crazy on his Twitter, correct? You guys have seen all this, okay? He's been tweeting like a madman. So one of our Warriors, if you go to his YouTube channel, it's NOXXID, did some geometry on his post, and then I'm going to show you a commercial from 2018 from Ripple, and I'm going to see if you can connect the dots to me. This is some tinfoil hat stuff, but follow along. So check this out, Warriors. So watch this video that he created. Go check out his YouTube channel if you want to check out this video.
Okay, so this is going to blow some people's minds. If you don't believe me, you can go check all this out yourself, but I'm just on Elon Musk's Twitter feed. Now, we all know Elon Musk is a super genius, but he talks in code. He's a very clever man. Now, this tweet here that I'll put to the top on the 28th of the 4th, 21, he said the Doge father. Okay, now you've put the Doge father as one word, but really you'd put Doge and then father. Now, for anyone who's ever heard of this, and probably not a lot of people have, gematria. It is basically like a Hebrew calculator for giving, say, a letter a value. So like A being 1, B being 2, C being 3. So if we just go back here for a moment, everybody knows the story with Elon Musk and Dogecoin. He's been pumping the hell out of Dogecoin. He tweets about it, it goes through the roof. The other day, he said he wasn't going to accept Bitcoin anymore. It went crashing down. The guy has a huge influence, but he talks in code. So if anyone's ever heard of Ripple and their digital currency called Xrp, they're currently having a lawsuit going on, so you can't really get hold of Xrp very easily. Now, Xrp is made by RippleNet. So, you'll understand where I'm going with this in a moment. The tweet he made saying the Doge father, Doge is not the coin, and I'm going to show you now. He's doing this for a reason, and he's talking code. So if I put the Doge father in the geometry calculator, it will give me alternate sentences with the same value. So if you add all the letters together and give them a value, it will give you alternate sentences. So let me just calculate this and see what pops up. So let's just scroll down and see what it's found. So can't fake God's code, that has 379. Hell possible, okay. Red October, but oh my days. I'll put it to the top of the screen. What does that say under internet? RippleNet. What does RippleNet make? RippleNet make XRP. The Dogecoin thing, the whole illusion with Dogecoin is an illusion. RippleNet is the one. 379. It's RippleNet. It's all in front of your faces, people. Nobody's even paying attention. The guy's speaking in code. If you want to keep up with stuff like this, then I would definitely put Elon Musk's tweets in these calculators and just go through and see what, alternate stuff he could be saying. But for it to say RippleNet, how is that even possible?
This is awesome work. So you can go check this video out yourself at NOXXID on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment to his video. Now let's go a little bit further. Okay, so I love this type of rabbit hole stuff. Now I went back to a commercial in October 30th, 2018, and I'm going to play the commercial. This video is going to go a little bit longer, but I want you to see this is a XRP Ripple commercial. But what do you see in the commercial that connects to Elon Musk? Let's speed it up here. So I always play stuff back at. All right, Warriors, let's go back to what I saw in the commercial here. All right. Boom. She gets into a Tesla car. Just a little rabbit hole, tinfoil hat type stuff. She gets into her Tesla car. Now, if that's not a Tesla, I don't know what it is, Warriors. I know it doesn't have the symbol on it for probably commercial sake, but there she goes in her Tesla car. I don't know, Warriors. Let me know what you think down below. Is this too rabbit hole for you guys, tinfoil hat? But let's continue on. ISO 20022, shaping the future of cross-border payments, the modern global supply chain revolution, the shipping industry by standard, the way of cargo is packaging and transporting around the world. The containerization drove down the cost of goods, blurred lines of regional boundaries. Today, cross-border payments are at the top cusp of similar transformation. Payment protocols and messaging across the world are fragmented and restrictive due to the part of the countries and financial networks all adhering to various standards. This results in closed networks that do not speak to each other, understructured datas, and opaque payments that require high manual intervention, resulting in poor payment processes. The international organization ISO established Universal ISO 20022 in 2004 to bring legacy payments infrastructures into the modern world and help to enable global interoperability and improve the customer experience. iOS 20022 is steadily becoming the global standard for the world's cross-border payment flows. Ripple has been the leader in the shift, and our network, RippleNet, has been aligned with iOS 22 from the start. So Warriors, I'm going to leave you with that. This is getting fun, Warriors. So I love doing tinfoil hat stuff. So I just wanted to touch base with you guys and share with you guys the information at a deeper level. We need to start looking at a 30,000 foot overview, not looking at the Elon Musk tweets and saying, I'm going to sell my bags or I'm going to get into the market because Elon Musk. You need to understand the fundamentals of cryptocurrency and what you're investing in. You need to surround yourself with a group of people who are like-minded to support you, right? If you're in the crypto space, isn't it true when you go talk to your family members, it just seems confusing. They look at you like you're crazy. You are a small percentage of the population. So we have created a warrior community. We're coming up on 1,800 warriors worldwide. We have a Discord with over 1,300 warriors, and they're all talking about cryptocurrency news, every single minute it updates. YouTube channel. We got communication, technical analysis calls, crypto calls, access to my portfolio, exit strategy. We're not financial advisors, not financial advice. We also have a 120-day challenge, fitness, mindset, crypto, subconscious mind programming, goal setting, anything you need to be successful in the crypto space. We always say we're not a perfect academy. What we do is we listen to feedback from our customers and we all learn and grow together. We're just a group of people rising into the quantum financial system and supporting each other. So everything you need is a description down below. If we can support you or anything or ask any questions, don't hesitate. Warriors, rise. Let's go.